Today we're picking up on episode 19 of season 3 of Jon and Kate Plus 8. If you haven't watched seasons 1 and 2 and part 1 of season 3, feel free to go watch those first. Hi, I'm Danny, and you can normally find me on this channel diving into TLC shows, Christian fundamentalism, and exposing family vloggers. If that sounds like something you're into, I'm excited to have you around. I am once again realizing how goofed up the episodes seem to be when you compare Max to Google. Google completely skips the skiing episode, so the numbers get thrown off beginning at season 3, episode 11. Also, the Oprah episode is missing off Max. Anyways, beginning at episode 17, Jon and Kate started deliberately devoting a day to one child, and so far have succeeded in having days for Leah, Joel, Hannah, and Aiden. Episode 19 is about Alexis and Collin. However, Google would tell you this is episode 18. So confusing. Don't forget, it might be a crazy life, but it's their life.
It might be a crazy life,
but it's our life.
The beginning of the episode is Alexis's trip, and because she has a deep love for reptiles, that's what they're gonna go see.
Because she has a strange love of them, that dear little beautiful girl.
And per usual, all the rest of the kids are being dropped off at Aunt Jody's.
For real?
Alexis is child 3, which makes her the oldest of the sextuplets. Jon and Kate see her as the talkative and funny one. They also saw iguanas, frogs, and turtles, but Alexis seemed most excited when he brought out a small alligator. At Aunt Jody's, Mady is being a bit of a bully, pushing her siblings around.
I don't know, Mady is a tough cookie. We just continue to work with her and her strong personality.
But now it's Collin's day, and Jon is taking him to a railroad museum. Once again, Kate is not spending these solo days with her boys. She has only been going on the girls' trips. I'm less surprised about her not going on this one because it's pretty well known Collin is not a favorite of hers.
And you see how different personality he is when he's by himself. Just talks, and because at home, he can't get a word in.
Collin is child 6 of 8, and they describe him as orderly.
But he has perfect social skills and
very talkative and kind and has a big heart.
Collin seemed to really enjoy his day.
I went to a train and I got a straight ride on it. Went over a track.
And that is a conclusion on all the sextuplets getting their own days. For the twins, they do not only get their own days, but their own episodes. Episode 20 is Cara's day, and she chose to go rollerblading and buy some new rollerblades. Although both Jon and Kate are going, Kate will not be skating.
So I can't fall down and get hurt. I have 8 children to take care of. The real reason is she can't skate.
One thing that I don't love about this show is how the episodes are not in chronological order with their lives. For example, Mady already had her day, but that isn't until the next episode. It's very odd to me. But for Jon and Kate to enjoy the special day with Cara, all the kids get sent over to Aunt Jody's, and Alexis isn't getting the attention she wants.
No, I can't. Bye-bye. Nobody gets me.
Cara finds skates that she likes, and they head to the roller rink, and she crushes it.
Good job, Cara. There you go.
Cara is the oldest of all the kids. She takes on Jon's sporty skills, but is also great at organization like Kate. As we've talked about in earlier episodes, she's also very caring and motherly. I obviously have to include this moment where Kate was being critical of Jon and was just completely wrong.
You can really tell with her and Mady, it's,
She and Mady.
you can really tell with,
No,
no,
her. With
her.
Her and Mady.
The episode ends with them recapping the hard day Aunt Jody had. There's now a hole in her wall, and Aiden's glasses got broken. I give her so much credit for constantly helping Jon and Kate out, despite having her own kids to also take care of. But I'm glad they're able to do this because it's clear the kids love having their parents' undivided attention.
I would like to have a day like that more often.
And now, episode 21, Maddie's day.
I'm getting my ears pierced.
And once again, the kids get shoved into the car and sent to Aunt Jody's. That woman is a saint.
They, by this point, were getting tired of going to Aunt Jody's.
How do you think Aunt Jody feels? And on their way to the piercer, Jon calls Kate out for not filling the car with gas.
So you don't ever fill up the car with gas?
Who?
You.
No. Rarely.
I never watched Kate Plus 8, but now I'm wondering how she will survive life without Jon. She doesn't take out the trash, nor does she fill the car with gas. You know what? Good for her. Anyways, because it's Mady's day, they begin describing her. She is 6 minutes younger than Cara, and despite her sweet side, she does have a bit of a controlling personality.
Yes, she keeps us speechless.
Mady's piercing goes well, despite some tears.
And they went 1, 2, 3, straight through.
Jon, don't. Jon, don't. That's all it is.
Mady gets over the pain after a few minutes and is very happy with her decision.
Yay!
Back at Aunt Jody's, she makes a critical error.
Does Mommy and Daddy let you chew gum?
Yeah.
We'll get back to that. But for now, Mady decided to have lunch at Red Robin.
Like, it was really fun to just have time with Mommy and Daddy and no one cutting me off when I was talking.
So Mady had a great day and didn't have any outbursts because she got the attention she's obviously always craving. It was when they got home that Kate discovered the gum.
I love Jody, but I don't know what would possess her to give 6 3-year-olds gum when they're in her care.
As we see in the clip, she's cleaning the gum off of Colin's bear. And her reaction to all of this is so cruel.
I'm throwing this bear away. I'm not dealing with it. I will teach him to get gum and stuff.
Kate, he's 3.
Sorry.
Bears play together every morning.
It's too bad.
Even Mady makes more sense than Kate and comes to her brother's defense.
It wasn't his fault that he got gum on his bear. It probably fell out of his mouth when he was talking.
We don't chew gum when we're 3.
What the hell, Kate? Chill the fuck out. And she does not care how upset Collin is at all. He thinks he's about to lose his comfort item.
Too bad. He can't go through my dryer without ruining all the other clothes.
Thankfully, according to Kate, because Collin was howling, she didn't get rid of the bear. She also called Aunt Jody and asked her to not do that again. And that concludes episode 21 and the episodes featuring everyone's special day. Something exciting about episode 22 is that it's about a bunch of games that Mady and Cara made up, so Jon and Kate will not be narrating this episode as much.
So we'll be sort of absent from this. Not that we were physically absent, by no means.
Me and Cara are going to be on the big chair.
But that doesn't mean Jon and Kate won't be in this episode, as we see them during the first activity, which is preschool.
You have to sit at your desk and do what the teacher says.
Kate and I were hanging out in the kitchen talking.
The post office is closed.
They hang out differently than I do. But then the twins release everyone for recess, and we get more pleasant Jon and Kate moments. This is when Jon started rollerblading as Mady and Cara were on scooters behind him. He was going faster than them.
Jon! You can't leave your kids behind!
Oh man, I tell you what.
Then Jon and Kate nonstop yell at each other as she decided today is the day she wants to clean out the garage of winter stuff and get ready for spring. But he just wants to play with the kids.
Who cares, Kate? Just shut your mouth and stop cleaning and play.
Moving on from that, it's time for Duck Duck Goose, and they have a blast.
You say whatever you want.
Then they transition to hide and go seek.
Ready or not, here we come.
But they can't find Jon.
Where is Daddy? I think he went to where? No, he didn't.
But Kate comes in to help.
Probably somewhere very obvious. Because he doesn't fit very many places, I imagine.
Mama! There you are!
And that concludes the game episode. I don't have access to episode 23, so we move on to episode 24. So far, we have gas and trash cans, but don't worry, because Kate isn't done being the definition of weaponized incompetence.
He is the best bed maker, and they all say it. Daddy didn't fix my blankets. Like, He has to be the one to do it. Even I don't do it right.
This episode is all about getting the kids started on doing chores and then establishing family values through their mission statement.
We will never put other things before our family.
We will enjoy our unique qualities individually and as a whole as we each contribute to our family.
A shame that didn't fully stick. Ultimately, this episode was pretty boring as they showed the kids how to put away their toys and sweep the kitchen. Let's move on to episode 25, where the kids are working on a talent show. This talent show is being planned by the twins, and with the sextuplets only being 3, it isn't going well.
Cara, let's work with her. Go away. We're not having a talent show.
During dinner, they decide to try a different way of performing and begin planning a fashion show instead. They take a moment to talk about Kate's tummy tuck and how that changed her fashion style as she felt more confident to wear tight-fit clothing.
Then it was the tummy tuck. That's where it really started to change.
I remember watching the tummy tuck episode when I was little, and I didn't realize until now that TLC considered that a special, and it was before the show actually started. And the fashion show begins.
Whoa! Beautiful girl!
It's gonna be my Prince Charming.
But Mady is having a rough time because she can't find the dress she had in mind.
Go look in the back, and there's clear bins right inside the door.
There's nothing in those.
But she figured something out.
Last but not least, our Hollywood woman.
But Kate can't just soak in the fun.
John, it's bedtime. Can you please get it cleaned up?
It is 6 o'clock.
I don't care. Shower them and let's go.
I'm not showering them.
And then we hear a life lesson from Kate that she should be taking today.
Go tell Collin you're sorry. Hug him and say, I'm sorry, Collin.
Moving on to episode 26, this episode is about Jon and Kate getting to have their own special day. And of all the things they could go do without kids, they decide to get their teeth whitened.
Because it was something we both wanted to have done, so we did it together.
But who's watching the kids while they go do this? Oh, come on now. You already know who it is. Why, Aunt Jody, of course.
They were very careful, cautious. Obviously, that's a UV light that they're shining on you.
To conclude the special day, though they ended up doing this on a different day, Jon and Kate had a date night out to eat. This time, they had Beth's daughter, Brittany, come watch the kids. While they're getting ready, Kate gets pissed that Jon is ironing his shirt and didn't ask if she needed anything ironed.
You don't care that I'm getting ready. You're ironing your shirt. John, that's disgusting. So manly.
But they get over it and make it to the restaurant. Thank God, for Kate's sake, the menu has organic food.
The food's really good, and
There's some organic things on the menu, although it's not
Right.
all organic.
At home, the kids aren't making it easy on Brittany.
Mommy, Daddy said we don't have to go to bed.
Want us to go to bed, but the lights are gonna be off.
But we don't have to.
And the date concludes the episode.
This is a nice special day, honey. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Episode 27 is a special 45-minute episode about Memorial Day. Their day starts with them all going to church, which is still the one about an hour away. While I continuously speak out against documenting children for the whole world to see, I do think this moment for Mady is interesting to watch. It is very clear she saw the camera and changed her actions. Kate also speaks to this.
She has seen herself hitting Collin on a previous episode and did not appreciate it, did not feel good about it, did not like it, so that's probably what caused that to happen.
I'm sure one of the few benefits of living in such a chaotic house is being able to get away with being mean sometimes. I think nearly every parent would hopefully agree they don't want their kids hitting each other, so I'm glad Mady is being held accountable. Now, she just needs to stop doing it altogether. But after a long morning of fighting, tears, breakfast, and packing, they make it to church. As someone who used to volunteer to watch the toddler's room at church, let me tell you, this family would be my worst nightmare. 6 kids to one family? That's just insane. But Kate explains that they go to this church because their nursery has been able to handle the size of their family. And drop-off goes about as smooth as you'd guess for a bunch of 3-year-olds.
Go make Play-Doh.
They show multiple clips of Jon and Kate at church and the kids in their classroom, and it reminds me so much of what my church was like. However, my church was non-denominational, and this one is Assembly of God, which is a Pentecostal denomination. They then head to a park.
We were gonna have a lunch picnic there, and then afterwards
I
play.
have never heard it called a lunch picnic. It's usually called a picnic lunch.
Jon corrects and removes the word lunch.
We were gonna have a picnic there, and after that we were gonna play to about 3:30, 4
I
o'clock.
hate that you have to change it then.
Huh? He changed it to make you happy, Kate. But I don't want to completely crap on Jon and Kate all the time. I do really love that during the picnic, they let Mady and Cara go sit by themselves because they want them to feel older and have a little bit more privacy.
You and Mady can sit over there, fine.
Have fun. Bye.
Enjoy. I'll bring your lunch.
Everyone eats lunch and then they get permission to go play on the playground. Again, in my attempt to not completely hate on Jon and Kate, I will always give them credit for doing things like this. It's impressive to take 8 kids to a park. Jon and Kate still suck though.
Love it here.
And they finish off the day with ice cream. Each little kid got a dish of ice cream, and the twins got cotton candy ice cream on a cone.
And I had chocolate chip cookie dough.
I had that milkshake.
And Aiden had this really cute moment.
I'm a superhero.
After some tears and lots of playing, they head home. Then it's bath time.
I can do baths and have them dressed in about an hour.
And that concludes their long summer day and the episode. Episode 28 is titled Discipline, so that makes me nervous.
So in this episode, we are going to explore different parenting moments that we have captured.
And the reason for this episode is so TLC can advertise their new show.
There is a new show on TLC coming out next Monday. It starts at 8 o'clock called Take Home Nanny. And here's a sneak peek.
I'm Emma Jenner. I'm a professionally trained nanny.
They show snippets of the show throughout this episode, but I'm here to focus on Jon and Kate Plus 8. I have never heard of this show, and it's probably because it only had 1 season. The first thing they talk about is time out.
What happens when you're naughty?
Go in the corner. Go in the corner.
After they calm down in the corner, they then have to look their sibling or parent in the eyes, apologize, give a kiss on the cheek, and a hug. Now, I'm not going to hold this against Jon or Kate because I think a lot of us were taught to give false or forced apologies. However, it has been shown to lead to anxiety in children as they experience shame and whatnot, but it also obviously tends to lack sincerity. As a future parent, I hope to focus on teaching them how to calm down and be in control of their emotions, as well as learn what apologizing means. They then start breaking down how they discipline each child, as they obviously have different personalities. With Cara, her outbursts are rare, but tend to be like a volcano erupting because she suppresses her big emotions a lot.
They come in a flood of unrelated things.
Gibberish.
Mady, we talk about a lot. It's clear she rarely ever gets the attention she wants, and I believe she deserves as a child.
Never stop reassuring her because she needs, truckloads where the other kids maybe need a wheelbarrow full.
Then Jon and Kate talk about how she was very over-disciplined as a child, and he was under-disciplined. I definitely see that in their parenting styles. They move on to talk about the importance of schedules and consistency. And this is one of the things they truly thrive on as parents. Having meals at the same time every day can be so good for kids. Moving on to talk about the boys, they begin with Aiden.
Aiden has issues with communication, like he shuts down when you discipline him or cries.
And then Collin.
He will actually give you the eyes, give me my punishment, I'll take it, but I'm doing it.
And finally, Joel.
But generally very easy. And he just looks at you like, I don't know my name, let alone what you're saying.
They also talk about the importance of listening to the kids. Kate admits Jon is better at the sentimental moments, while she is better at listening to what they need, especially if they're whining.
Not the long drawn out, like the deep heart conversations Jon tends to have with Cara and Mady, but the little kids, like the immediate needs, I think I'm probably better at.
Then they move on to talk about the sextuplet girls, starting with Alexis.
She is the one at the table who can't control her mouth a lot of times, needs to go to the corner.
The nice thing for them about Alexis is she's easy to talk down when she has those big emotions or outbursts. Hannah is different because of how mature she is. In some ways, her discipline is more closely aligned with Mady and Cara.
She's very strong-headed, very stubborn, and very knows what she wants, and controlling.
And last but not least, Leah. Leah's secret weapon is her ability to vomit when she's upset. And she's in control of it.
Leah is very smart, very communicative. She can tell you what she wants and needs.
Don't you dare!
Despite these kids all being adults today, I don't love that TLC did this episode, as I know the kids watch the show. I would hate to see a recap of all my recorded tantrums and have my parents describe me so matter-of-factly for the whole world. Not to mention, I know my personality type would cause me to be very insecure if my clips were worse than my siblings. It's sad to hear your parents tell the world that you're difficult and your sibling is easy. But Kate ends the episode with some inspiring words and a recap of how much she loves her family. I found this statement interesting as I don't feel like we see it all that much in the show.
Our positive words and our positive reinforcement is the best thing I think you could ever give them.
I also hope Jon stuck to his word here.
I think I'm going to focus on less yelling, more hearing my child, and more communicating with them and being more positive.
And that takes us into the season finale, episode 29. This episode features Jon's hair transplant in LA. The editors did him kind of dirty with this part.
It's snowing out. You decide what you want to do.
And of course, this episode is sponsored by the New Hair Institute, who offered to do it for Jon for free. And while they're gone, Jody and Kevin are staying at their house and bringing their own 4 children. Of those 12 children, 9 of them are sick. They're brave agreeing to do that for a full 3 days. The show cuts right to them being at the doctor's in LA.
Did I make you feel nervous?
You make me feel insecure when doctors are around, because you're smart in the medical field and I'm just trying to fill out my paperwork.
Based on the personality and patience Kate displays in the show, I still refuse to believe she was ever a nurse. And this is what Jody is dealing with. Back in LA, the show does not hide anything when it comes to the hair transplant. I swear they showed all 65 shots he got injected into his head, and although that stuff doesn't bother me, it's not important enough for me to show you. And the shots were not the worst part because they showed in detail a piece of his scalp being sliced off and then them stapling his head back together. And back home, poor Joel was so sick.
Oh, honey. You look so pathetic. Come here.
Unfortunately, we cut back over to LA where they're putting more shots in his head and begin placing the hair follicles in the new spot. This is a very TLC thing to take a show about a family and show a detailed, nasty medical procedure. After the surgery was over, still loaded up on laughing gas, Jon was feeling insecure about the bandages on his head and really wanted to wear his hat. But his doctors both said no, as it could remove some of the follicles they just put in.
Listen. Jon!
And the doctor was right, because when he took it off, one of the follicles got ripped out and he was bleeding. It is important to note that Jon doesn't remember this at all.
Did you not remember that they said you couldn't wear it?
No, I don't remember anything.
Jon said that the pain that night was horrendous, but the procedure went well and they made it home. What really blew my mind about this whole process was that Kate was made responsible for pulling out his 30 staples 10 days later.
My wife's murdering me.
The season ends with Jon and Kate being grateful for all the stuff people give them, especially this transplant.
We still can't afford to do this stuff, and wouldn't.
And that's it. Season 3 is complete. Prior to starting the show, I already knew I didn't like Kate. Maybe it's because he's a man and the standards tend to be lower for dads, but Jon annoys me less. Only 2 seasons to go before I consider maybe possibly diving into Kate Plus 8. Thanks for watching. Bye.